When 21-year-old Carole Compton entered the courtroom on her way to the dock, the press went into a frenzy, and the click and clatter of cameras could be heard despite the court's ban on photographers. The accused smiled with her pale face and chewed gum continuously. Her mother approached and kissed her through the bars, saying, "You are not afraid, are you? You've waited for this day for a long time. Prove your innocence." Carole and the charges against her. Carole had been detained on the Italian island of Elba since August 1982 on charges of arson and attempted murder. After 16 months, she was brought to trial in early December 1983, by which time the Italian press had already labeled her a witch. The story of Carole. Carole worked as a nanny for an Italian family and was born in Scotland. The charge against the nanny was causing 2 fires in the house, the second of which nearly cost the life of a 3-year-old child. The press's interest was more in the mysteries and enigmas that occurred wherever Carole went than in the arson charges. The courtroom. The court consisted of 6 judges and 2 forensic experts, and chaos and disorder prevailed in the courtroom from the beginning, especially due to poor translation, which sometimes forced the defendant to express her statements in a clumsy Italian accent with the few Italian words she knew. British embassy officials also protested the inaccuracy of translating the defendant's statements from English to Italian, not to mention the journalists' disregard for instructions. Witness testimony and expert interpretation. Despite all these difficulties, the trial proceeded normally, and the issue of witchcraft was brought up. The housewife for whom Carole worked in Rome before moving to Elba testified that supernatural things happened in Carole's presence. Supernatural occurrences, things like a vase falling and breaking or a picture falling off the wall without anyone touching it. She also accused Carole of starting 3 mysterious fires in her home during her previous employment. The forensic expert from the University of Pisa explained that the falling objects might have occurred by chance, but he could not explain the phenomenon of fires starting due to high temperatures without flames appearing. Other strange matters. The grandmother in the new employer's house in Elba testified to strange occurrences after Carole arrived at the house, such as a plate falling and breaking without anyone touching it. She claimed she said that day, "Oh Lord, there are ghosts in our house." The prosecutor. The prosecutor tried throughout the trial to avoid the issue of witchcraft and focus on the charges of arson and attempted murder.